Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daily Truth, the truth in 5 minutes or less. Like this video, share this video, do all the things with said video. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Yes. Quick announcement. I'll say it again at the end for people just jumping on. So I leave tomorrow for about 4 weeks, and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Was I going to try to do a bunch of pre-records? I'm not here. This is a commitment to you for a year, for everybody, for myself. It's a commitment to me as well. But I do realize that on the road, on the rodeo road, trying to find good internet is a point of stress very often. So I'm going to be intelligent about this, and I will there will not be a set 8 a.m. It may not be every weekday, but I will continue to be consistent, and then I will get home, and then we'll get right back to this in mid-July. But I will be doing these. They just don't think that anything's wrong with me if you don't see me at 8 a.m. So that's the decision that I made. I had to think long and hard. I know most people may not care about it, but I was like, how am I going to do this when I'm doing the rodeo stuff? And if anybody remembers last year, finding good internet, quiet room, quiet space, anywhere normal, very difficult. Anyways, like this video, share the video, do all the things. Yesterday, apparently, maybe that was God's lesson yesterday. He's like, I'm not even going to let social media world know that you went live. People didn't even know I went live until, yes, Don. People didn't even know I went live until 4 minutes into the video, which was great because I was like, usually there's like 30 people watching across all the platforms, 35 sometimes, 40 sometimes. And yesterday there was like 3. I'm like, well, it's interesting. And then people messaged me later and was like, hey, we didn't even see you went live. Anyways, all right, let's get into this. What I've noticed, there was an interview. This is about, and guys, share it. There we go. See the numbers. See, this is more normal. Numbers are going up. Russel Brand, who has become a big truth teller, kind of movement for the new voice of truth, not to get too political, made some observations in his last trip to America. I thought he predominantly lived in America. Turns out I don't think he does. He just comes here for movies and different stuff. But he was out here for a while. I think he got baptized and just kind of did a bunch of podcasts, did a podcast with Donald Trump Jr., did a whole bunch of things. But one of the things he noticed, one, had to do with politics. And he talked about the fact that people like Trump way more than he expected, the way that he sees it from living in another country. That's not the topic. The topic that I found interesting was him talking about Christianity being on the rise. And of course, it's anecdotal when it comes to what I see and what he sees. But I can tell you social media does speak for the whole. And when you look at the way they do polling on the way they do polling for presidential elections actually involves like 1,500 people from different aspects of the world, different aspects of life. So you could have a pretty small sample size that will speak to the greater whole of humanity and America and all that stuff. And what I've noticed, including in my own life, as the turmoil of this world continues to get worse and worse, and in our country, we're fighting more and more, and things are divided more and more, and we have different opinions on police more and more, and all these different things. I felt as though I was drawn, as somebody that does have a Christian base, to get closer to God and to read more. And I almost feel guilty when I don't read out of my daily journal or the Bible that Jeanette, who's here, that she got me with a whole bunch of people's quotes. By the way, I used that Bible to pray over Racy and find scriptures and find what people said. Racy, the horse that we were fighting to keep alive, who is seemingly doing very well. Survival is pretty much a non-question at this point. She should be able to survive. The question is, will she be a performance horse? Random topic. I know I went off the rail there on that one, but let me just wrap this up very succinctly. The truth is, people are turning back to Christianity from what I see because of the fact we need something. Humanity is not meant to be alone. And a lot of times in this world, there's not as many marriages. There's a lot more single people. But there's always a hole to void. A void to fill. That's the word I'm looking for. The truth is, let's try that again. The truth is, we are turning back to Christianity more and more because of the fact that there is a void that we have been looking to fill, and myself included, in this world that's seemingly going crazy, moving so fast. There not as many marriages. We need somebody. We need something. And even in marriages, we're tied to our phones, where our interpersonal connection isn't there. And also, at the end of the day, God knows when he needs to show himself in the lives of people that don't necessarily believe him. He does some pretty amazing things. And I think that the crazier the world gets, and biblically, people will talk about the book of Revelation and where we are on the grand scheme of things. But ultimately, we need each other, and each other is also focused around God. There is this sense of community that comes from Christianity. There's a sense of community and love specifically, that comes from God and Jesus. And I think that as people have been searching in the last couple of years, this revival, and I know things ebbs and flows. There's like the Jesus Revolution movie that was actually great with Kelsey Grammer, and we go through these flows in society where things get degenerate and less degenerate, and all these things that we start to see things. And although there is a little bit of a division when it comes to religion, there is a oneness and a unity that comes with spirituality and a relationship with God. And I want people to remember that. So as the going gets tough, the tough turns to God. And that's the way that I've seen it. I know it's anecdotal, but I think it's because we are all searching for something the crazier the world gets. And God is always there to provide answers when you are willing to listen. That's the best way to end it. God is always there to provide answers when you're willing to listen. That's today's daily truth, guys. See, we had 36 people watching right now. This is very different than yesterday when nobody saw that I went live. So again, guys, for those just joining, this is going to change for the next couple weeks. I go on the road for about 3 weeks. I go to do an event in St. Louis, and then I see my daughter in Omaha for a day or two, and then I go rodeoing with Kelly, who's actually in the comments for once. I don't know where she is, but she's here. She's on there. I don't know, she's doing something. Um, I will still be doing daily truths, but I realize it is not worth my sanity and Kelly's sanity for me to be trying to figure out how to do these every morning at 8 a.m. on the West Coast, which would be 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. I will do them almost every day that I can, even if I'm just popping up on my phone doing something very quick, because I believe it makes me a better person. I hope it helps you throughout your day. But at the same time, for the sake of my sanity, I won't be able to do it every day, and I won't be able to do it at 8 a.m. every day. Just internet, on the road, rodeo. That's how it is. And I do have commitments to clients. So, which is already going to be hard enough. Sorry, Kel. All right, guys. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Please remember, do not surrender your pets. Kelly just made a post. Another shelter in Texas is full. There, it literally, I hate to say this, I think I care more about animals than some humans. I apologize. I don't think that's biblical. It's probably the opposite. Don't surrender your pets. Don't be a garbage human being. God bless, guys. Love ya. Catch you later. Probably not going to have one tomorrow because I am traveling around throughout the day. Maybe I will. I don't know, but it's not going to be set. Things change for the next month. I'll be back at the regular time, but I'll still be doing them. Very confusing.